Marbella with Him and Her are proud to be sponsored by the friendliest bar in San Pedro, the Hogan Stand. The place for amazing food, live music and sport, karaoke, quizzes, and a welcoming smile. Why would you want to go anywhere else? Check out their Instagram page at the Hogan Stand and at the Hogan Hackers for their golf society.
Welcome to Marbella with Him and Her, brought to you by the Hogan Stand. He is
PJ Lopez and she is
Hannah Murray. Happy Mother's Day.
Thank you. Oh no, I'm not a mother, am I?
No, neither of us are. And neither of us have mothers anymore.
No, as we get a little bit older each year, we have more and more friends, unfortunately, that don't have their mothers. So we're becoming a bit of a club. Talking of which, some of us are getting together today that don't have mothers anymore to celebrate our mothers.
Yes, I cried this morning.
You did.
It's a hard day, I think, because it is that reminder that our mothers aren't here. And it is sad, you know. I look back over photos. It's always an opportunity to look back over photos and memories. And obviously lots of people are posting on social media messages for their mums, either people who are lucky enough to still have their mums, or a lot of people posting things about, you know, having lost their mums.
Mums in heaven and things like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but mums are special, wherever they are.
Yes, I miss my mum.
I know. I miss your mum and I miss my mum.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm looking forward to our lunch at La Sala. It's going to be nice.
Yes, and the weather's sort of good and then sort of not good and then sort of good and then sort of not good. So I'm not sure what's going to go on with the weather, but we will have a great time anyway.
Definitely. It's gorgeous weather today. Yesterday wasn't so much. And then Friday was... I actually sunbathed on Friday.
You did, you mad cow.
It was really nice. And I had a sense that you were going to do something. And you actually were. Just explain what you were about to do to me, but I caught you in the act. I can't believe this.
So on TikTok, it just happened to be that day that I was watching it, and there was this TikTok video, and basically people were sunbathing or doing different things, and somebody just like washing their car and cleaning it and everything. Then someone was at the top balcony of their house and threw like yogurt on it and then ran away, and it looked like a bird had pooped on it. So we could see what these people, oh for goodness sake, I've just cleaned it, you know, and then all different variations of that, including people sunbathing. And you were sunbathing and thought, oh, that's a prime target for this little prank. So I was in the kitchen, I was just about to open a yogurt, and then you just appeared. You were sunbathing 1 minute and you appeared because you had this sense that I was going to do something.
I went into the kitchen, I was like, what are you doing? And you went, like so guilty. And you were about to open a yogurt pot and you confessed that you were going to literally lob some on me whilst I was sunbathing.
Which would have been so funny. You spoilt my fun.
I would have killed you.
It would have been worth it.
Thanks. Well, I'm sorry I spoilt your fun, but I'm kind of glad I stopped you.
You can't do that one now. I have to look for something else.
What a waste of yogurt.
Oh no, I would have scooped it off and eaten it. Which would have been even the second prank, watching me eat the bird.
Oh God, that would have been horrible. I've been a bit of a Pilates whore, and last Monday...
Ooh, that's a strong word.
Last Monday
you are a whore.
Stop it! Pilates-wise.
I know, that's what I'm carrying on the conversation.
For God's sake. Last Monday, I went to a new Pilates studio called Studio 34, which is in San Pedro and walking distance from my house.
So you get a warm up and a warm down.
Exactly. It was really good. I mean, these beds were like different level. They had extra bits to them. It's kind
Beds
of difficult.
with bits.
Beds with bits. It's difficult to explain, but they were, amazing. And they're doing an introductory offer for 3 classes for €55, which is really good.
Is that good? I don't know how much Pilates classes are.
No, that's really good. Pilates classes average at kind of €25 a class on the reformer machines.
Oh, that's pretty good then.
So I'm doing these 3 for 55. I might try somewhere else afterwards because there are lots, but I think the idea that I can walk to this one makes a big difference.
You've got a good thing there going, haven't you? Just basically wait for new Pilates studios to open to offer their introductory offer and just go round. There's so many opening that you'll just never pay for about a year.
Exactly. Well, I still am paying, but it's
you'll pay
cheap.
a reduced rate great.
Yes, no, it is a good idea. And I have to say, the class was amazing. I've been aching all week. There was a lot of inner thigh work, shall we say, and ow!
Yeah, well, if you work your inner thighs, crush a grip.
I was wondering what you were going to say. I was like, finish that sentence. I did body combat the following day, and it hurt to walk up the stairs and sit down on the toilet. And
Does his face look like it's got any sympathy in it?
No, not at all. I did Zumba on Friday as well, and met a few people I knew there. Actually, on Tuesday, there was an Irish woman who recognised me from the podcast. She said, "Are you Hannah?" I was like, "Yeah." And she said, "Oh, I listened to your podcast," which was nice.
Would she have recognised me, do you think?
Probably.
But I wouldn't be at Pilates, would I?
No. Oh, it wasn't. This was before the body combat class.
Oh, body combat class.
Yeah.
So you do so much, I've lost track.
I'm sorry. She was really nice. We had a lovely little chat. And it occurred to me as I was telling you about meeting her, I started thinking about whether...
God, I thought you had your hands down your trousers then, but you haven't got them in your pocket.
No, it's in my top.
I just thought I enjoy the podcast, but not that much.
For God's sake, as if. Jesus. Anyway, it would occur to me how you refer to women, whether you call them girls, women, ladies, and it really kind of got into my head.
How I refer to them, or how one should refer to them?
No, how one should refer to them. Okay. You know, I've gone away with my female friends and we've talked about a girls' weekend, and we're not young, depending on what young is. But there's also like ladies' day and ladies' lunches and things like that. When you're talking about a woman that you've just met...
I don't think there's a wrong and a right. You know, Again, at my age, we could go on a boys' weekend. We're not boys. Well, we are boys, but you know what I mean. We're not age as a boy, but we would still say boys' weekend. We would say men's weekend.
Or lads' weekend.
Or lads' weekend, yeah. But we would say men's weekend. That would be really weird.
No, and we wouldn't say women's weekend, but we could say ladies or girls. Yeah, it's a weird thing. So I met this woman, and that's okay to say.
Yes.
Because she's
what
a
she
woman.
was.
Yeah, exactly. No, I was just thinking about it. At what stage does a girl become a woman and a woman become a lady?
I think you're always a girl.
Oh, thanks.
Same as I'm always a boy.
Okay, I'll accept that.
There's a song about that, isn't it? Always.
No.
Is it an Irish song?
No.
You're always a woman to me.
Yeah, that's not Irish, and that's not a girl.
I could sing it with an Irish accent.
Can you?
No.
Theatre.
Pakistani.
Yes, quite. Theatre-wise, we've had a very busy week, very busy lives. So on Wednesday night was the performance at Havana 65. The first half was comedy poetry.
Very funny it was too.
It went down well, didn't it? And I did a few Pam Ayres numbers. Oh, I wish I looked after me teeth, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, but with a accent like Pam Ayres.
Oh, stop it. That was good.
It was very good.
And in the second half, we did a comedy play called Very Busy Lives. And I have to say, I was really pleasantly surprised with how well it went and how well it was received by the audience.
Yeah, and I've got to say, absolute standout performance was me on tech.
Yes, well done. But the comedy play, because it's described as a comedy play, but a lot of it is quite poignant, and particularly with it being Mother's Day today. It's about a mother, a woman who lost her husband 3 months. See, this isn't going to sound comedy at all. Whose husband died 3 months ago, and the 3 children, who are all adult children, siblings, are all basically telling the mother what she needs to do. She needs to sell the house, she needs to invest in equity, blah, blah, blah.
And they all have busy lives, hence the name of the play.
Yes, exactly. But they're all pretty busy, and they're all saying they don't want her to come and live with them because they're too busy and all this kind of stuff. So it's quite poignant and sad. It's certainly not how I treated my mother.
No, and they've already decided that their mother must be losing her mind, probably at that age where she's going to get dementia, can't look after herself, she's going to need help.
Exactly. They're very dismissive.
She can't make her own decisions about things. Certainly couldn't go and travel on her own. And she surprises them all, doesn't she?
Exactly. Yeah. And the first time I saw it, I thought, God, those people are horrible, and that poor woman. And because, yeah, as I say, it's certainly the opposite of how I was with my mum.
What was quite interesting was at certain points of the play when the mother bit back and said, no, I haven't done that. I've sold the house. I've got lots of... They were literally clapping because I think it resonated with a lot of people that may have been that sort of age that were watching it.
It really did. And a lot of people said to us afterwards, somebody said, you made me cry. I think it made a lot of people emotional if they were thinking about their relationships with their own parents who they no longer have and what they could have done, what they didn't do. You know, it's really poignant, but there were lots of funny moments in it as well. I think it's a really great,
very well done,
really great play. And we also had our first read through of Ladies' Day, which we're really excited about. Tickets not quite on sale yet. This is one of our first main productions of ITS in 2026. It's going to be the second weekend in May, and we're really excited about it. It's really funny.
There's
it's a
some
really
long
fun
sections
play.
to learn.
You've got long sections to learn.
Yes.
You've got a small part with long sections.
Yes. I might have a very small part, but I do
but it's long.
use it well.
Yes.
Just remember that in life.
Yes, exactly. And I don't have any long speeches, but I have loads of lines to learn.
You're pretty much, well, there's a little section you're not in it, but
there's a couple of
that,
little
you're pretty
sections.
much on every page.
Yeah, scary stuff. It'll be fine. So really excited about that. I spoke to some marvellous people this week on the radio, including one of our friends, Sean Woolley. He came into the studio. He runs a real estate company called Cloud9 Spain, been on the coast for many years, and he's just published his second book, which is called Home Truths, which is all about the real estate market on the Costa del Sol, which is, of course, as we know, is ever-changing.
And fascinating, and lots of interesting facts, and especially him being in the business for so long, he's going to have some great stories to tell there as well. So I think, it's a great read.
Definitely. So can highly recommend that if you are interested in buying property on the Costa del Sol. I spoke to three amazing women, I guess, this week that I wanted to mention. Emma Kirk-Oberruby, who's written a book called Find Your Pace, and it's all about running. And she said how she absolutely loves running and it saved her life and changed her life. And she thinks that everybody, health permitting, obviously, everybody can run. She said people need to take out of their head the idea, the pace that you need to be doing a certain speed, and just run, just move your feet, move your legs.
Then this sounds very interesting to me, because this is what I want to do.
Yeah.
So I went to the gym last week, and the only thing I did was a treadmill, because I want to get back into doing this sort of cardio stuff, because I think it's really, really important. I'm walking to work every day and sometimes walking home now as well. So that's good. So I'm trying to keep things moving and things going, but I do want to start the running again.
Yeah, I have to say she inspired me, and I was honest with her and I said, I did train and do a half marathon a few years ago, but I pretty much haven't run ever since, because the reality is I never really enjoyed it, and I wish I did. I love watching TV shows where people are a bit stressed, had a bad day at work, they put their running shoes on and they go outside and go for a run, and it clears their head and it looks so idyllic, and it just doesn't work for me.
Doing the half marathon, I don't think I could do a half marathon. I literally have to train and train and train for a long time, which you did.
I did.
But at the same time, I just don't know if I've got it in me.
I think you could. Absolutely. I mean, this is the point. She reckons everybody could. The idea of doing 5K when you first start running, having not done any running maybe forever or since you were at school, 5K is a big deal. And then you think, well, there's no way I could do 10K. That's literally double what I've just done. And that's the whole thing. The more you do, the more consistently you do it, you can start running a little bit more each time if you want to.
And it's those personal achievements, isn't it?
Yeah.
Each time you reach that next milestone, it's like that, tick that off.
Yeah. But she said, if you're not training for a particular purpose, like a run, then just do what you want to do. You don't need to be thinking about pace and speed and that kind of stuff. You can just run round the block. And if you can do it without stopping and walking, great. If you can't and you need to stop and walk for a bit, that's fine. The next time you do it, maybe you can run a little bit further before you need to stop and walk. So it's just something that you do for yourself, just for fun.
I did nearly kill myself on the treadmill, though.
What? Why?
Because I was jogging and I put my towel on top and my hoodie on the top, and part of the way through the jog they both fell off and went onto the treadmill, and I just had to leap over them, otherwise I would have ended up on the floor.
Oh no. Oh, well done. You've got good reflexes then.
Yes, and I didn't want to look stupid. I've seen those videos where people...
Yes, well done. I also spoke to Claire O'Reilly, who is part of the Sisterhood UK charity group, and she, along with two other amazing women, did the hardest row in the world. The three of them together called themselves Row with the Flow, and they rowed over 3,000 kilometres across the Atlantic.
Can't think of anything worse.
Oh, really?
You go on the rowing machine, don't you? But
Yeah,
I
I
can't
love the rowing
stand the
machine.
rowing machine.
Oh, no, I like it. Which is interesting because I don't think of myself as having much upper body strength.
Oh, come
But
on, you're doing
rowing
all
is
of this
all
stuff.
upper
Of course
body
you've
strength.
got it. You're doing all this combat stuff and everything. That's all upper body.
Yeah, I suppose I'm strengthening it as I go along. But yeah, incredible women. There was one in their 20s, one in their 30s, and Claire, who I spoke to, in her 40s. And the three of them literally were rowing between 12 and 14 hours a day, constantly 2-hour shifts. So one would be out there rowing for 2 hours. They had cabins at the end of each side of the boat. So you'd be on your own rowing. And incredibly, hours before they set off, Claire lost her father. Her dad died, and she was incredibly close to her dad. He was her biggest cheerleader, and she wasn't sure whether she could do it. You know, she was obviously in a state of shock and grief, but she didn't want to let her teammates down because she knew if she pulled out, then they wouldn't be able to do it, and they'd been training for a long time. So she did it, and yeah, it was tough. There were moments when she was thinking about it just before they set off. There was this big double rainbow in the sky, and she said there was quite a few moments like that
Wow.
that she felt were signs from her dad. So it was really emotional speaking to her because I could tell she was obviously still emotional about it. She said she still struggles to talk about it in a way, which, as we can see, I was emotional at the beginning of the podcast. I totally get, and it's coming up to 4 years since I lost my mum. And yeah, my mum was my biggest cheerleader, so I
Yeah,
could
for
totally
sure.
relate to a lot of what she was saying. And interestingly, Emma, who I just mentioned, the runner, she started running after her dad died. So it's amazing how so many people can be inspired by grief or the loss of a loved one, and how it can really fuel them to do
Yeah.
incredible things.
And also, I suppose it could be a coping mechanism for grief.
Absolutely.
You know, rather than sit in the house and cry, it's like, okay, well, I'll jog, I'll run. Maybe that'll stop me thinking about it all the time and give me something to concentrate on.
Yeah, and they both said it really helped in their different ways. You know, people say being in nature can be a really good thing with any issues to do with mental health, including grief. Claire said, I couldn't have been in a better surrounding, you know, with the open water, the open sky, and she said it was just incredible. So yeah, big up to both of them. And another amazing woman I spoke to, not for the first time, I've interviewed her a few times before over the years, the American actress Stephanie Powers.
I remember Stephanie Powers. Was she in Heart to Heart?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
She was the pin-up for every sort of boy at that stage because she was, a really great woman.
So she was on talking about, she's really passionate about conservation and wildlife and animals, and celebrating 45 years since she set up the William Holden Wildlife Foundation. He was another actor who had an incredible career. She was with him for an amount of time as well, and set up this foundation in his name. And they're based in Africa, and they train students to understand and how to work with wildlife and animals, and they do amazing work around the world. So it was lovely speaking to her. I think it's amazing. I said to her, does it help, you know, with your platform from the acting to spread the word with things like this? And she said, oh goodness, absolutely, it gets you in the door. And I think it's great, famous people who think about what they're passionate about and, you know, use their name for influence and things.
Yeah, I think there's quite a few of them that do, for sure. I mean, Samantha Fox being another one. I think she's done a lot of stuff for animals and whatnot. So, yeah, I think if you've got the ability to use what you've got, as in, you know, a big following, a big influence, then, yeah, for sure, it's great when they use it for charity, especially animals. We love animals.
Oh, definitely. Tomorrow, on Monday, I'm starting a new feature on my radio show, which I'm really looking forward to, called Entrepreneur of the Week, where I'm going to interview someone who is a founder of at least one business who is doing really well and has had great success with it. And they'll all have different journeys. Some of them may have sold their businesses. Some might have multiple businesses. I'm sure they'll all would have gone through tough times to get where they are now. And yeah, I was inspired by obviously a lot of the women that I did the India trip with, because they're all entrepreneurs and business founders, and so many of them have got a great story to tell. But it's not just women, I've got some men booked in as well. But as soon as I came up with this idea, I thought, am I going to be able to find one person every week? Well, the feature hasn't started yet, and I'm already booked up till the middle of May.
Wow, that's amazing.
Isn't it
I'm actually
insane?
looking forward to hearing this, because I think they're inspirational when you hear their stories and stuff, and hopefully it'll inspire more people to think, do you know what, I've been thinking about doing that. Maybe I will.
Exactly.
Including us.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's the difference, isn't it? Everybody has good ideas. Everybody thinks, oh, why isn't there this in the market? Or wouldn't it be great if we had this? Well, entrepreneurs make it happen.
And it'd be great, if you talk to people that do manufacturing and, or goods or whatever, the thing that always freaks me out about thinking, oh, this would be a great idea. Where do you start? How do you think, okay, I need a prototype of that. Where do you go to get a prototype? All those sort of questions I'd love to know the answer to.
Well, I'm going to get to the bottom of all these questions.
Thank you.
So my first guest tomorrow is Francesca James, who is from Wales and was one of the co-organisers of the India trip that I did last year.
Fresh from India, basically.
Yes, and she's just come back from the second trip. She's also the founder of Ideas Fest, which is a big festival get-together of entrepreneurs and business people swapping ideas and things.
Didn't they have Ruby Wax doing a big talk last time?
Yeah, absolutely. She's got great connections. And she's also the founder of the Great British Entrepreneur Awards. So what a great place to start. So really looking forward to chatting with her.
Yeah, sorry, I'm not telling you how to do your job.
Oh, thank you very much.
But again, what defines an entrepreneur? What stops you being just someone that tries at business to becoming an entrepreneur?
Yeah, interesting question.
Yeah, do you want me to do the interview?
I think I'll be all right.
You sure?
Thanks. Yeah, okay. Thank you. It's always good to have ideas and input. I appreciate it very much. So if you want to listen, that slot is going to be every Monday on Talk Radio Europe. You can listen via the website, tre.radio, or you can download the app, Talk Radio Europe, and listen from anywhere in the world. And she's going to be on at 5:10 European time. So if you're listening in the UK and Ireland, it'll be 4:10 in the afternoon. There's a 7-day catch-up service on the website. So if you can't listen live, you can listen back. And the other thing, as part of her Ideas Fest, she has a separate arm, if you like, to that business called Ideas Extreme that she does with Emma Sale, who was the other person behind the India trip. And it is now confirmed that I am going to be doing another charity extreme event in November this year, the Morocco Rally.
Yeah, no stopping you now. Now that you've done your tuk-tuk challenge, you're now going to, I think this is in a 4x4 or something, isn't it?
Yep, 4x4 that we're going to be driving ourselves across the desert, across the
Atlas
sand
Mountains
dunes.
and all different terrains as well.
It
so
looks amazing.
Tough
8
and
days.
exciting.
Yeah, and it is, again, going to be for charity. Charities supporting women and girls in Morocco, I assume. I haven't got the details on the charity yet, but as soon as I do, I'll let you know, because it will be great to get some donations towards the charity.
Yeah, these are great ways to raise money and funds for things that people wouldn't normally, I suppose, give money to. So by doing it this way, it just opens up some charities and gives some much needed money and much needed support for some smaller charities that goes directly to helping the women and the children.
Definitely. That's the big difference compared to some of the bigger charities. If you're finding smaller charities, they get much more of the money.
Yeah.
That's all of the money. All of the money. That was the case with India for sure. We had the Irish quiz this week because next Tuesday is St. Patrick's Day, which is always a great fun day. If you don't have to work, then you can spend the whole day at the Hogan stand. We've certainly done it over a weekend.
We got there before Ross and Amy once.
That was embarrassing, wasn't it? We helped them set up.
Yes, bit eager.
This year we are both working, so we'll be there in the evening, but really looking forward to that. They've got live music throughout the day. It'll be great crack, as they say.
Yes. I did speak to Jan and Roger, and they are going to be getting there at 11:30, and I did say that might be before Ross and Amy. So they may actually be there too. They might live in our shoes.
Yes, love it. So on last Thursday, always the Thursday before St. Patrick's Day, I do an Irish quiz. And it's all the same subjects that I normally do: history, music, sport, all that kind of stuff. But it's all Irish. So it's one of those quizzes that the Irish obviously love and everyone else struggles slightly with.
We were mid-table.
You did all right.
Mid-table.
Yeah.
That's not great, but it's not bad.
No, absolutely.
Still need to brush up on our Irish knowledge.
So the defending Paddies won for the 5th year in a row, and they got 61 points. And the team that came second were the Shamrockers,
Who were also Irish.
who are also, well, you can tell by the name, and they got 56.5 points. So a little bit of a difference between first and second. Really good.
I think we were in the 40s.
Yeah.
That's how much it dropped down.
Yeah, absolutely. But well done. Everyone really enjoyed it. Loads of people made an effort. There were lots of...
I made an effort. I drank Guinness.
Yes, I did too. And then there were lots
But
of...
you have blackcurrant in yours.
Only a little bit.
I've tried it and it's very sweet.
Yeah, no, I don't want too much in it. Just a tiny bit. Just is nice. I don't need blackcurrant in it. I've just kind of got used to it. I could go naked. I know I could. But loads of people had the hats on or the Guinness T-shirts. There were some Irish flags. It was great. Dad and I met for brunch. We went to Kukento, which we haven't been to in a while, the Moroccan place in San Pedro.
I can't say bless you after that. It just hasn't got the same ring as it.
Amber Shoe.
Bless you.
Thank you. We wanted to go there actually, but they're still closed. They're closed for renovations. They have been for a good month or so.
Renovations?
Yeah.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what they've done.
I know.
A new table.
I know they're opening in March, but I'm not sure when, but not yet.
I think this is a thing. A lot of places close for, my hands are doing the inverted commas, renovations. And I think it's a thing in hospitality where they don't actually do anything. It's just a way to lay off staff and have a temporary break and all that sort of thing. I think it's done by a lot of places, including hotels.
Very judgmental of you.
I'm not meaning to be.
Okay.
Can you tell me what they've done when you go back there?
Yes, absolutely.
Be a new table.
New table. So we went to Kukento and had some lovely food. They've got delicious omelettes there, and I had this plate with eggs and mushrooms and tomatoes and peppers. It was gorgeous. Really nice. And it was nice to catch up with Dad because him and Sheila have gone to Porto in Portugal for a few days.
Yeah, jet setting again.
I know. Look at them.
No stopping them.
Whereas you and I spent most of yesterday gardening.
My legs ache.
Yeah, mine too.
Literally, it's a full workout. So from squats, because I was bending down, picking literally weeds from the grass. There were so many weeds that had grown because it's been raining a lot and then the sun comes out and then it rains and then the sun comes out.
Perfect weather for the garden.
Yeah, but it was these long sort of flowery weed things. And I thought, well, the only way to get rid of them is to pull them up by the roots so that hopefully they don't come back. But I'd say there were probably 150 to 200 of these weeds. So can you imagine, like, literally having to bend down for each weed and then pick it up and then put it in the bag? So that's a full-on workout for the legs.
Oh, definitely. And I did a lot as well. I was weeding the flower beds, both sides and the front and the back, and pulling up all the grass from the edges. And yeah, it was a lot. So much so that we created 13 big garden bags full of waste.
We did. And
we had to do 3 trips to the bins.
Yes, and I also got an injury or two.
Oh, yes. I can see it now for the first time. You've got a red scrape on your eyelid.
On my eyelid. Can you imagine if I didn't shut my eye?
Oh, don't.
That would be on my eyeball.
You look like you've been in a fight. It looks like I've beaten you up.
Yeah, okay, I'm putting it down as a garden injury, but in reality, Hannah's abusing me again.
Oh, don't. That's horrible to say. I'd never do
This
that.
is a cry for help.
Oh, stop. That's not funny. People might believe you. This is where you say, I'm only joking. I didn't mean it. Hannah would never do that.
I'm only joking. Ow! Hannah would never do that.
Idiot. Last night, we were invited to try a new restaurant. You were contacted on TikTok.
On TikTok, yes, by a restaurant that's just opened in La Colonia, spelt Killa, Killa, but it's pronounced Kia.
Yes. And interestingly, the first page of their menu explained what Kia means. And the chef, I think, is from Bolivia.
Either the chef or the owner. So there's a Bolivian connection there.
Yes. And basically, Kia means moon in this particular Bolivian dialect. So that's where it comes from. And it's a really interesting menu and really interesting food. It's basically fusion of Spanish and Italian. There are lots of dishes on the menu that are just Italian, and then there are lots that are just Spanish, and then there are some that are fusion of the two. And wow.
It's some of the best food we've had in a long time.
Literally.
The chef there actually was one of the chefs. It wasn't the head chef, but he was one of the chefs at Savoy. And anyone that remembers Savoy, that's where it's now Luini, completely different restaurant, but there used to be a restaurant there called Savoy, which did tasting menus, which we absolutely loved. So he was one of the chefs there, and you could tell the quality of the food here was outstanding.
Definitely.
So we had these oxtail croquettes, and they weren't just oxtail croquettes, they had a little fried quail's egg on top, which was amazing.
It really elevated the croquettes. You know, you'd think, oh, croquettes are croquettes. We sometimes
like Gordon Ramsay.
I know.
It elevated.
Yeah, so elevated. But it really did. It really did. They were we literally said these are the best croquettes we've ever had.
Absolutely.
So good. We also had similar to carpaccio, but it was cooked. So it's thinly sliced meat. It was cold, but it had been cooked with this sauce on top. And he asked us to guess what the sauce was. And we could tell it was quite fishy.
Yeah.
And we were right. It had anchovies and tuna. You'd think it would go together.
But
it sounds
amazing,
bizarre.
beautiful.
It was stunning. I mean, we're going to name a lot of food here. They pretty much told us what we were going to have. They made all these suggestions because they wanted us to try some of their best dishes. And yeah, we were really pleased with the selection. We had a carbonara pizza.
Oh, that has got to be one of the best pizzas I've had as well. We're going to say this a lot, but it really was. It wasn't a traditional pizza because we're used to pizza being completely flat. Well, apparently that's what they said was a Roman type pizza or Romani or whatever they want to call it. This was a Milan type.
No, Napoli
type pizza. And when you first look at it, you think, oh, it's a stuffed crust or something like that, because the crusts are really high and really light around the outside, still very flat in the middle. And you think, oh my God, it's going to be so heavy. But it was so light.
So light. And round the crust was all pecorino cheese on top, which was really nice.
Yeah.
And the carbonara, there were bits of egg
yolk
on it, which was really nice. And
the little clever things like this that just make your mouth go pop.
What was it?
It was crispy parmesan.
Parmesan bits on it.
So you know when you get a parmesan tuile, it was just that crushed up and put on different bits of the pizza.
Really good.
And it's just when you're having a bit of pizza and you get that in your mouth, you think, oh, what was that? And it just explodes in your mouth. It's amazing.
And instead of bits of bacon, it was, I'm not sure, like pancetta or something, but they were thick bits of meat that was really salty and delicious. Oh, really, really good. And then, there's so much food.
Oh, yeah.
We also had some carbonara pasta. I'm not sure what pasta it was. Really
massive
thick, big tubes. Yeah, really, really nice. And again, a proper traditional carbonara doesn't come with cream like we're used to in the UK. They make it with cream, but a proper traditional one doesn't have cream.
Egg yolk,
it's made with egg yolk. And interestingly, this was where the fusion part came in. Instead of it being made with bacon, it was made with Spanish chorizo.
Yeah,
which
and it
works so well.
Yeah, it gave it that real saltiness and everything.
And then they put shaved jamon on top.
Oh, yeah, so it was these tiny, tiny bits of jamon that have been, I suppose, fried and crispy, and then they sprinkled that on top, which gave it another flavour as well.
Absolutely stunning. And then the pièce de résistance, a beef rib.
Yeah, that had been slow cooked for like 14 hours or something. I mean, you just put your spoon on it and it fell apart.
It was unbelievable.
And it was just the flavour that it had was incredible.
It was really good. And it came with truffle mash. Hello.
Just some of our favourite things.
I was literally in heaven. It was amazing. We cannot recommend this restaurant
Our pudding.
enough. Yeah, our pudding. I'm getting to that. It was a sort of risotto rice pudding, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, it was a risotto rice pudding. So you think, risotto rice pudding? That sounds strange. What might sound even stranger is it had some truffle in it.
Yes, and we've never had truffle in dessert before.
No, but underneath was very orange, very strong orange citrus flavour.
Oh, I thought it was on top. It was sugar.
No, I think it was underneath.
Was it?
Yeah, and then on top they'd done like a creme brulee topping. So it was sugar basically that had been heated up and was now crispy. Oh, yeah.
It worked so well. We absolutely loved it. So this is in Kia, it's called, Killa. It's in La Colonia. It's on the corner, on the outside of La Colonia, literally opposite Salamanca. That's where it is. So they got all the parking in the car park, which is perfect.
It's in the location where Incontro used to be, which is another Italian restaurant. And before that, if you can remember that far back, it was Dunkin' Donuts.
Yes, definitely. We cannot wait to go back. You know, sometimes when you go to a new restaurant, you look at the menu, and there's a few things that you really like the look of, and you order it all on your first trip, and when you come back you end up having the same thing. I'm like that with Luini. I love what I love there, and there's other things I could order, but I know that I love this particular thing, so I have the same thing every time. But with this, which is also fine, but with this there are so many things that I want to try. So even whilst we were eating, we were like, oh, next time we'll try this. There's so much we want to try on the menu, which is great. So we're desperate to go back.
And also the wine, they had a €26 bottle of wine, which is a beautiful bottle of wine. So again, not stupidly expensive for the wine, for a really good one.
Yeah.
And just talking of that, when you have the same thing every time you go back, something I think everybody does when they go to an Indian restaurant and they go and think, no, I'll have a look at the menu, thank you. And they go through the menu and like, yep. And then they say, yeah, no, I'll have a tikka masala, please. That's basically the same thing they have every time. But they go through this ritual that they're going to look at the menu this time.
Yes.
I'm going to have something different. Yeah, no, I'll have the same. Same as what I had last time, thanks.
We have had Cheltenham this week, and you and I put a few little bets on.
A little bit of a flutter.
Little flutter. How did we do? Are we millionaires?
Should we not say we?
How did you do?
Terrible.
How did I do?
A little bit better.
Okay.
You only bet on the last race, which was Gold Cup Day. I allowed you to do that.
Oh, thank you so much.
And so I was studying the form, thinking, okay, that one, yeah, it's won this time. Oh, it won its last race by 5 lengths. And yeah, that's got a good chance. And then I gave it to you and you said, oh, like that name, that name, and that name, and that name. And then your one's basically all placed and none of mine came anywhere.
Have you learnt anything from this experience?
Yes, let you do the betting.
Yay! Although, even though I won on like 3 horses, we ended up making a €1 loss. Is that right?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. So not that great.
Not that great. We nearly broke even, but not quite.
Okay.
But that's the fun you had in doing it.
Yeah, it's great fun. You bought something, quite bizarrely, that we've been trying this week called Botox bee venom.
Yeah. And can you see the difference?
Not sure.
Oh.
Well, I mean,
I think I can.
Can you? I mean, how much was it? Do you really think it's going to change our lives?
€7.90 for 2 tubes.
Yeah. And you think this is going to be comparable with actual Botox?
My forehead, I haven't got lots of lines on my forehead, luckily, anyway, but I have been using it on there, and it did tighten up. It did go a lot smoother. Okay. And I think my eyes have gone a lot smoother as well. So I do think it's doing something. Okay.
Well, it's called Botox bee venom, and they're practically giving it away.
Yeah, probably find out it's like, wasp shit or something.
Wasp shit. Oh, that would be funny. So we were talking about this the other day. We were at a party and I was talking to my friend, and she was sort of saying how most people had had some kind of work done, were on the fat jabs or had had Botox or fillers or facelifts or all of the above, which is absolutely fine. No judgment at all. All my friends, not all my friends, some of my friends who were at this particular party. And I haven't had anything apart from this cream. I haven't had any work done, and never say never. I'm not planning to have anything done. Stop studying my face.
Are you using it on your forehead?
Yeah.
You've got less lines.
Really?
Uh-huh.
For $7.79 for 2 packets.
That was your biggest worry, with your lines on forehead, and I can't see any.
Well, there you go.
I'm telling the truth.
Are you serious?
Uh-huh. It's gone green, but...
I'm covered in spots, but I've got no lines. Well, there you go. So, yes, never say never. But I was imagining a time like in 5 years' time, because I'll be 50 in 5 years, or less than 5 years now. I was imagining like a comedy kind of sketch of all of us being at a party and people whispering, going, Hannah hasn't had any work done, has she? You can tell Hannah hasn't had Botox. As opposed to like the taboo 5 years ago, maybe, of a whisper, she's had work done, she's had work done. It might be the controversy that I could be the only person that hasn't had work done, which would be funny in Marbella.
I think you probably will succumb.
Do you think?
Mm-hmm.
See, I don't like needles. The idea of having needles in my face does not excite me one bit.
I'm not going to say anything there because I was going to be very rude.
Okay, thanks. You're breaking my face.
See, I was going to stop there, but you went for it.
Oh dear. I mean, the thing that I would like is my bloody eyelids. I've got baggy eyelids.
Have you put the bee venom on it?
No, maybe I should.
Try.
Okay, I'm going to bee venom. I'm going to put wasp shit on my eyelids and see what happens.
If she's blind next week, it's nothing to do with me. I did not recommend it.
Blind but smooth.
Yes.
Guayaba Beach, I wanted to mention. Guayaba Beach is a bit of an institution on San Pedro beachfront. It's down near La Pesquera end, so if you're looking at the sea, it's the far right of San Pedro. And it's one of the few proper chiringuitos that are left. Proper Spanish chiringuitos, you know, a wooden hut with plastic chairs, and it all gets demolished every winter, and then it gets put out again, I think, end of May, early June, something like that. Well, a friend of ours, Mark, has been past a few times and taken photos because the whole thing has gone. They're digging massively.
Yeah, it looks like they're putting a big infrastructure there.
Yeah.
Which worries me.
Which definitely worries me if they're going to turn it into a posh beach club and double the prices. That would be horrible.
And it will be horrible because the people that went there were all locals that enjoyed a great time. They always had great music. It wasn't ultra cheap, but it certainly wasn't expensive.
No.
And if they change it into this sort of like trendy beach club, I'm sorry, not everything has to be a trendy beach club. There are trendy beach clubs, which is great, and you can choose to go there, but don't think everything should be that. We still want a bit of tradition.
Definitely. So we shall see what happens with that. A few articles to mention from the Euro Weekly News. There was one talking about bottled gas prices are about to rise.
Well, you could have told me that earlier. I need to go and get some then.
Oh, okay. We noticed how petrol has already gone up, hasn't it?
By at least 20 cents, if not more, in the last probably week.
Yeah.
I went and got gas bottles last week, so we still have a couple. No, I actually put one on yesterday, so we still have one full one to put on afterwards. But I should go and get a couple more because they're only about 19 euros at the moment. I don't know what they're going to go up to, but this is the problem. This is all related to the war that's going on in Iran. And what's interesting is that the petrol prices, it's speculative. It hasn't affected the supply yet, but they worry that it will do. So the petrol prices suddenly go up. And it's like, hang on, you still got oil, you still got petrol, you still got supplies. Why are you putting it up now? So it's in case they get an issue, which is really odd.
It's crap, isn't it? And there was another piece saying that your electricity bill in Spain may well have jumped 58%. And this is because we're now paying for an anti-blackout shield.
Oh, for goodness sake.
Yeah, it's all doom and gloom today, I'm afraid.
Right, that's it. No more electricity. I don't know how we're going to record the podcast. It's going to be solar powered next week. We're going to cook on the barbecue. And to keep warm, we're just going to have to cuddle.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Probably other people, but we'll just cuddle.
Oh, dear. There was an interesting piece. The photograph looks amazing. NASA spots a huge Saharan dust cloud over Spain from space. You can see it, this big orange cloud over Spain.
Bizarre, you can see it from space, but if you look out the window, you can't.
Yeah, isn't that weird?
Yeah.
Very strange. And also, something which you'll not be surprised to hear, Spain has had its wettest winter in 47 years.
Does that mean no drought this year?
I'd like to think so, yeah, because we've had droughts for the last few years, haven't we?
Yeah, well, it's because there's been year after year after year of not a lot of rain. So one would assume then if we had lots that the reservoirs would now be up to capacity.
So is this climate change? I thought climate change was all to do with getting hotter, not wetter. Is there a connection there or not?
I don't get climate change, and I'm not going to be one of those people that goes off because, there's a lot of people that have their opinions, but I don't get it. Because obviously they say, yes, the ice caps are melting, but at the same time we're having some of the coldest winters that we've ever had. So it's just all very strange.
Yeah.
I'm going to opt out of that one.
Okay, let's not go there. We better leave it there then. Have a wonderful week. It is goodbye from him.
And it's goodbye from her.